What's up everybody, Rob here. So this is just a response video to myself, or actually people responding to me. It's weird. Basically, my most popular video to date is why New Jersey is hated. Link to that is in the description. You can check it out if you haven't done so. And if you have done so, watch it again because I care not from whence the views come, only that they do. Now, the responses have been overwhelmingly positive. But there are a number of people, both out of state, but especially people in state, giving their own reasons as to why they do not like New Jersey. And this is addressed towards those people, particularly those who either living in New Jersey right now or have lived in New Jersey and why they left. And basically these are reasons why New Jerseyans hate New Jersey. Just a real quick video, just going to be responding to them real quick. Shouldn't take me more than 10 minutes, but I'm probably going to fail at that. But anyway, here we go. So the first problem that people have with New Jersey is how crowded we are. And this is absolutely true. New Jersey is the 11th most populated state. We have a population, I believe it's just under 9 million inhabitants. And that puts us as the 11th most populated state. At the same time though, we are also the 4th smallest. We are a very tiny state. The only ones that are smaller than us are Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Hawaii. So yeah, there's a lot of people crammed into very small areas here, and the average population, or the median population throughout the country, is a little over 5 million. We have 8 million, and again, we are the 4th smallest state. So are we crowded? Yes, so I'll give you that one. Although I have to say there are certain areas of the state, especially in the south, the southern part of the state, Pine Barrens, that area, and also in the northwestern part of the state that are actually very open. And there's a lot of farmland out there and a lot of open space. And by a lot of open space, I mean open space relative to the fact that you're living in New Jersey. I mean, like Montana, they got open space. Yeah, they're getting somebody from Montana or like Wyoming, they're going to look at our open spaces and just kind of laugh. But, you know, it's not that bad. That being said, you're always within like half a mile from some roadway that'll take you to the parkway at any given point. So make of that what you will. So are we crowded? Yeah, I'll grant you that one. All right, so the next up is the pollution of New Jersey. We are a very polluted state. We are a very heavily industrialized state. Therefore, the air quality here is pretty terrible, and also, likewise, that is true. Actually, according to a recent study from the American Lung Association, 9 of the 26 counties of New Jersey have an F rating in terms of air quality. The others are not that much better. Yeah, most of it actually comes from automobile traffic and low-level smog, which is basically automobile traffic, brake dust, which is also not a great thing to be breathing, and basically due to the fact that we are very packed together and everybody's got a car. Put that all together, yeah, so pollution is not that great. Plus we get a lot of pollution coming in from New York and people commuting back and forth, and we got a lot of transit. So people living in the state, people using New Jersey as a thoroughfare to get out of New York and other major metropolitan areas. And overall, there's just basically a haze. Right outside here, you can see there's a view of New York City, and I always see, especially in the summer, there's this low-hanging haze over the city, and that's pretty much like what I'm breathing in. So, yeah. Okay, that's another one. You're absolutely right. Air pollution in New Jersey, not that great. Okay, fine. All right, so next major complaint that people have about New Jersey is that of crime statistics, and that New Jersey is a crime-ridden hellscape. It's actually not that bad. No, really, it's not. It's actually less than the national average. According to the FBI crime statistics, violent crimes per 100,000 people comes out to a rate of about 207 violent crimes per year. This is compared to the national average of 367. So actually, it's about, my math is not good, but we're talking like about 1/3 less, actually more than 1/3 less of the national average. So yeah, it's really not that bad. Actually, the closest thing we have as far as violent crimes goes compared to the national average is that of robbery, which is roughly 79% that of the national average. So it's really not that big of a deal. They are very much concentrated in certain specific areas. For example, you have Camden, which actually was so bad at one point that the local police force just kind of gave up and the state police had to take over. You also have other gems like Patterson, Newark, and others. And they're not exactly nice places to live. And there also, of course, is the issue of, are these crimes reported? If they're not reported, they don't go into the FBI big book of statistics. Therefore, they don't make it to the crime report. Therefore, they don't therefore, they're not listed there. So that is an issue. However, according to crimes that are actually reported, you're actually way safer here in New Jersey than you are in other states. So, yeah. Yeah. Crime's not so bad. There are some hot spots, but overall, not much of an issue. Okay, now the next major complaint that I had about New Jersey that keeps coming up are our gun laws. Now, this depends on what your perspective is on gun laws. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with my channel at all, if I don't know if you're familiar with me at all, but I'm very pro-gun. I am generally a Second Amendment advocate. My opinion of firearms goes anywhere from we need some reasonable restrictions, but generally they should be more available to I want a freaking rocket launcher. They vary somewhere between that, mostly depending on who I'm talking to. But yes, we do have some of the most restricted gun laws in the nation. Whether that's good or not is dependent upon your personal opinion on these sorts of things. Okay, so let me explain what it's like to get a firearm in New Jersey. So, say you want to get a firearm. What you need to do is go online to the state police website. You need to fill out 2 copies of a background check form. Then you need to get 2 copies of a mental health waiver. Basically means that the police can look into your mental health records, and basically it's a waiver for any sort of HIPAA violations or anything like that. You know, basically they can look at your private medical records. So you need 2 copies of each of those. Fill that out. You also need to get references from at least 2 reputable individuals. These are individuals who have no criminal record and are not prohibited possessors themselves, and of course they are adults who are of sound mind and body, and also cannot be family members. So once you get that done and that taken care of, you have to submit this 2 of each of these forms to the police. You then need to schedule getting fingerprinting. Now, what you need to do is go to another location. For me, it was actually like a 20-minute drive up from where I am here. You have to schedule that in there, showing 2 forms of ID. You need to show, in my case, I used a driver's license and a passport. These are official photo IDs. And actually, I don't think they need to be photo IDs. I think they just need to be official ID, but whatever. In any case, showing these 2 forms of ID, you get yourself officially fingerprinted, in which case all this paperwork is submitted. Now, according to state law, they must give you a definitive answer within 30 days. Yes, you are approved, you're good to go, or no, you're denied, you can't get a firearm. No, not happening, within 30 days. The initial one for me, this took me 4 months. It took me 4 months, and the only way you can do anything about this is with a very costly lawsuit, and nobody wants to do that. And I'm actually one of the lucky ones. I've heard horror stories of people waiting 9 months, some cases upwards of a year. And actually, one case, the guy waited like 8 or 9 months, and then he got back the results, which was, oh, we're not processing it anymore. What do you mean we're not processing it anymore? Yeah, we're just not gonna. Yeah, you have to do the whole process all over again. No definitive answer. Completely in violation of state law, but you know what? That's fine because we're not corrupt or anything. So once that happens, once all this is submitted and you come back with the approval, you get what is known as a firearms ID card, which is basically a little driver's license piece of paper looking thing. And you now have the ability in the state of New Jersey to buy a rifle, a shotgun, and ammunition. Now, if you want to get a handgun, you have to go through that whole process again. Although if you do it initially, you can do it the first time. You can put it on the state police application that you want to get a pistol permit, and it goes through there, and so you get the pistol permit there, which basically gives you another background check form thing that comes with it for specifically purchasing a pistol. And you have to use that within 90 days to purchase a pistol or a handgun. There is a difference between a pistol and a handgun. I'm not going to go into that, but basically, yeah, those things. Yeah, and you have to use that within 90 days, and if you don't use it within 90 days, you lose it. So, yeah, and if I want to get another pistol, I need to go through the whole process again. I don't need to get fingerprinted, but I got to go through the whole process again. 2 forms of the mental health check, 2 forms of the state police thing, reputable individuals, submit everything. The second time when I got my second pistol, that took them 2 months to process. First time it took them 4 months to process. Second time it took them 2 months. Again, legally they have to do it within 30 days, but hey, what are you going to do about it? Oh, and you are restricted to firearms that have basically all federal, basically like machine guns are not happening. Yes, I know you got to fill out like, tax stamps, all that stuff. In other states, they're just flat out illegal here. Bump stocks were never legal in this state. At least I don't think they were. They're definitely not now. Even before, well, they're banned now, you know what I mean. Anyway, Silencer suppressors are not allowed. You also cannot have any short-barreled rifles or anything like that. Oh, and as far as assault weapons go, whatever the hell that means, a rifle or a firearm can have one of the following features, but not more than one. So it can have a pistol grip, it can have a bayonet lug, or it can have a folding collapsible stock. It cannot have two or more. So if you have an AR-15 with a pistol grip, that is fine. But if you have it with a retractable or folding stock on it with the pistol grip, that's not allowed. Now, if you take a hacksaw and hack it off, but have the retractable stock on, that's totally fine. If you have something with a retractable stock, that's fine by itself, or a bayonet lug by itself, that's fine. But any combination of that is not allowed. Oh, and did I say 10-round magazine limit? Yeah, well, there's a 10-round magazine limit as well, too. So, yeah. If you think this is a good thing, then this is a good thing. If you don't think this is a good thing, it's not a good thing. So, gun laws in New Jersey are complicated, and they're, well, they're pretty stupid, but, you know, make of that what you will. That is a common complaint, and yeah, gun laws, they suck here. If you're into guns, yeah, they suck, so I'm with you on that one. But if you're into that sort of thing, hey, it works for you, so there you go. And the final and most common complaint about New Jersey and living in New Jersey is the cost of living. And is that bad? Oh, sweet boot on a rubber raft, we have a high cost of living. Okay, so I have the statistics here, and I'm just going to be reading off of them here. This is from the website bestplaces.com, which is a way to determine what state would be, well, basically the environment in various different states. So if you are planning on moving, what you can expect when you go there. So according to them, with an aggregate score, a national average of 100, so 100 is just the dead average for the nation, New Jersey's overall cost of living is 120 out of 100. So basically we're about 20% higher than that of the national average overall cost of living. And broken down by different categories, we have here groceries cost 105.8, so 5.8% above that of the national average for groceries. Not too bad. Healthcare is actually less than the national average. It's only 88.4, a score of 88.4 out of an average of 100, so less there. Housing, housing, it is 142.4 with a medium house costing $329,000. This is compared to the national average of $231,200. So yeah, we are well above the national average on that one. Again, that's the consequence of being a very small state with a very high population. Land and space is at a premium. So yeah, these things, it's going to cost you a big chunk of change if you ever want to come out here. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, utilities cost 109.2 with 100 being the national average. Transportation costs are 127.7, again out of a 100 average, national average. And various miscellaneous other things comes out to 108.7. So yeah, everything with the exception of healthcare. We do have very good healthcare in the quality of healthcare and also the cost down, because there's a very large variety to pick from. It's not like you have like one doctor or one hospital. You got plenty around here. So because you have this amount of choice, that does lower down the prices. Everything else though, it's getting jacked up here. Now, the worst part though are the property taxes, which are obscene. They're actually some of the worst in the nation. It comes out to an effective tax rate of 2.47%, which is the worst in the nation. I think there are some counties in Illinois which are worse, or Illinois is like really close to us. This comes out to basically you're paying in taxes every year a median rate of $8,104 per year in property taxes. That is the median across the state. I can assure you, not all of us are living that cheaply. So yeah, actually, $8,000 a year, that would actually be a discount for me. Yeah, there you go. So yes, as far as cost of living goes, yes, we are the worst in the nation as far as, so yeah, I actually kind of have to agree with that too. And because of all of these factors, especially the cost of living, New Jersey is the #1 state in the country in terms of percentages of the population of people leaving the state. The #1 destinations, I believe, are North Carolina and Tennessee. I think Pennsylvania's got a fair number of us as well. And yeah, basically people live here, they work in New Jersey, and then they retire somewhere else, mostly because they can't afford it. So Yeah, that's it. So that's just a response video, real quick, putting it out there is a reply to my viewers who are complaining about New Jersey, and in a lot of cases they are absolutely right. So yeah, just something real quick I thought I'd put out there and share with all of you guys. Any case, that is it for this video. Please hit the like and subscribe button. More videos coming out whenever I get around to it. Have a good day. Or don't have a good day. Your adults have any kind of day you want. See you later.